Hello again. Welcome back to my channel. As you can no doubt see from the stacks on my desk, we are back with another haul of photo cards, albums, and other assorted K-pop things from Mercari, Japan. It's gonna be kind of a different one, truth be told. You know, we've got our usual assortment of people, but there's also a few people here that you probably have seen them somewhere before, but you have not seen them here on my channel. My wife and I are starting a couple new collections, and we took this particular shopping spree to get started on them. So as usual, I'm going to set the albums aside. We'll deal with those at the end, and we'll just slowly go through all of the photo cards and other small sized items. So first off, we have, oh, it's one of the new people. It is Shotaro. My wife decided to start collecting RIIZE. She was a fan of their very first song. Also kind of was into Shotaro from his brief NCT days. So when she thought about collecting RIIZE, she decided to get Shotaro. And he seems very cool. He's a dancer, which is always something like I personally gravitate towards myself, partially because I have a dance background, so I can definitely see the appeal. Let me just zoom in just a little bit so it doesn't look so empty down here. All right, and then next up we have another new collection. I will be collecting IVE in the future, and I'm going to be collecting the member Yujin. I actually spent some time in this trying to get a bunch of sets, so I think with a couple exceptions, all the Yujin cards should be coming in sets of 2, 3. I think there's even a 4 set. So I believe this is from 11, their debut single. Very pretty. Not my favorite backs, I have to say. You know, I've mentioned before when I'm done storing photo cards that I really like the backs of photo cards if they're nice, and there's nothing wrong with the backs for IVE photo cards, but they can be a little plain. So obviously this is from their full-length album IVE, and yeah, like they're just sort of, they tend to be fairly monochromatic. Not the worst thing, but they're just less exciting. I like having a little bit more design going on, maybe a signature. It just makes things a bit more exciting in my opinion, but they're still good. And then we've got some more Yujin cards. And this should also be a set. Looks like, okay, we've got like a little frame sleeve. And 1 and 2. So yeah, we've got 2 Yujin cards. I did pretty well with getting my photo cards. I am most of the way caught up. I think I have, well, you'll see, but I have all the album cards complete for Yujin except for IVE. I'm still missing a few of those, but for Afterlike and Love Dive and 11, those are all done. And for now, I'm not getting Japanese cards just because, well, it's a brand new collection. And I already collect quite a few people, so I didn't really want to jump that deeply into the pool. And this is, I believe, I was going to say Love Dive, but it's Afterlike. Very pretty. All right, and now we have one of the other new collections. If you can't recognize her, this is NingNing. That is my other, I didn't say how many new collections we were starting, but she is starting 1, and I am starting 2-ish. The 2 main ones are Yujin from IVE and NingNing from Aespa. There is one other new face in this set, but it's not really a collection. It's just I liked a particular album. So this is her Digipack card. I liked an album from a newish artist, and so I decided to buy an album with the Photocard. And then here is the other NingNing card. is this a Savage card? This is a Savage card. So this is Savage. I mean, if you've seen my binders, you know that I actually only really have one NingNing card, and it's a non-album card. I got one of the unboxing cards for, what was it, My World? I joined well, I didn't join a Go. I bought an unboxing album from SM Town and Store, and I got the like Giselle poster version, and was lucky enough to get the NingNing unboxing card. But I didn't pull her album card in either the My World album, or I previously bought the Girls album, and I haven't pulled any NingNing, so I was basically starting from scratch. All right, next we have, I believe this is like some merch for my wife. Okay, so this is, obviously it's a key thing, because you can even tell it says key up here. I believe this is the Locomobility for, I guess it's the Cashby card. It's the I Wanna Be. It's one of his solos, like Face. I believe this belongs with Face. So she probably doesn't care if it's in the packaging, but I'm gonna leave it for now, just in case. And then we have more key things. We have a hard photo card. There are a lot of pre-order benefits for key in this particular haul. So I am just going to assume, and if this is hollow, I'm really going to assume it's a pre-order card. Yeah. So this is some sort of pre-order card. Could be MakeStar, could be InterAsia. I don't know who else might have done hollows, but she got a lot of his pre-order cards for the hard era. I shouldn't be confused, but there were so many, like we had hard and then we just had good and great. So I do get a little confused about what exactly she bought of key, because we had 2 recent comebacks. And then this looks like the majority of her pre-order cards. She bought a big set of like, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. My goodness. And these are all hard. Just double checking. There's no good and great. Okay, so these are all hard pre-order cards. I don't know if any of them say on the back, because sometimes like MakeStar will say that it's MakeStar, but we'll just go through it. So we have this one. This one's very cool. And then we have a more casual key. And this one. And this one. Which sort of looks like it could be at the SM offices. I see like some office chairs in the background. Oh, and then this one. It might be part of a set, but yeah. It's very much, it's probably over at the SM offices. And then a couple that go together, clearly. So, like I said, apologies. I don't remember, especially because there's so many, which ones go where. In fact, I think these are all like the same location. He's just got different shirts. Anyway, but yeah, she bought a lot of pre-order benefits. I think she's only missing a couple, to be honest. I don't really know. All right. And the next one, let's see. Oh, pretty sure. Yep, this is another Shotaro. And then, was this a... So, I think she got 3 album cards. I think she got both of the main ones, and then there was apparently a Japanese specific one. This is all written in Hangul, so I'm guessing that's not the Japanese one. Is this written in... This must be the Japanese, because it's written in Japanese. So there we go. So this is the Japanese regional card, and then this is one of just the normal album cards for Shotaro. All right, and then we're back with some stuff for me. We are working hard as we can, on Momo's Misamo cards. They are very, very hard to come by, even in Japan. And even when they're not hard to come by, they are not as inexpensive as a Twice card usually is. I'm hoping that changes as time goes on, but right now the prices are very inflated, and so this is, I think, one of 2 that I got, and brings me up to 3 total. At least for Momo specific cards. I have a couple group cards, but not as many Momo cards. That's going to be a tough collection for like the next year, if not more, but it's Momo, so she's worth it. And then it looks like we have another set of Yujin cards. These are both, I think, Love Dive cards. Yes, these are both Love Dive cards in a sleeve I've never seen before. This is kind of cool. I might save that. It makes like a little like Polaroid window. So yeah, so we've got this one. Very pretty. The red version. And then we have this one, which is the blue version. If you watched my, like, what was it? It was like a binder touring Q&A. One of the questions I got was, who would I collect that I don't already? And in that, I did mention Yujin and NingNing, so this shouldn't be a huge surprise for longtime people on my channel, but I guess unless you follow me on Instagram, you didn't have a huge amount of warning. I did put up templates for my collections, but it did sort of come suddenly. I wasn't expecting to start anything new until next year, and then, I don't know, because my wife was starting a new collection, I just decided to start mine. I don't know. All right, next we have another NingNing card, another girls card. Very pretty. And then we have another one, another girls. I have templates, so I know theoretically like which versions these go to. Like I know this is like the digipack, but the specifics, I don't know. Because I'm new, I don't remember the specific version. But that information's out there. Sorry that I'm not super knowledgeable at the moment. But this, I believe, was one of like the real world versions. Maybe this was like the Kwangya photo book. That sounds right. That kind of sounds right. Okay, and then I think I need to zoom out just a little bit so we can add some more stuff, because there's quite a bit more coming. All right, we've got some, must be NingNing. I see NingNing's name on this. Oh, that's another set. Looks like we have a Savage card. All right. Very pretty. And this one, so this is a My World card. And she has a couple that look similar. So I don't remember if this is intro or Welcome to My World zine version. It's one of those two, I'm pretty sure. Because I think they had similar photo concepts. Now back to my wife, and you might think, oh, it's just a killer card, but it's also a pink Christmas card. She bought a set, and as luck would have it, it included one of the pink Christmas cards that she didn't have. She had 2 of the 3, and so she wasn't really going to look for this. Probably wouldn't buy it separately. But since it came with something she needed already, this is the killer card, it was quite a good deal. Always love to get sets where, you know, it's unrelated, but you just happen to get the thing that you need. You weren't even shopping for it. I had that happen with, like, I think I bought something and they gave me a bookmark, like a Solgi bookmark, which was like on my low priority list. I wasn't shopping for it. I think they just gave it to me as a freebie, but I wasn't gonna argue because I did really want that bookmark. And now we've got another key card, another killer card. I think she might be done with killer after this. I'll have to check with her. I know she's still missing, there's one bad love card she really needs, and she just hasn't been able to get it yet. But I think she might be done with killer. All right, and then this is also for my wife. She's going to put this on her new key solo binder. If you watched the video where she set that up, those binders have a hole on the spine that is just big enough for you to put a little keychain on. And she happened to find this like holographic merch keychain that says key. So she's gonna put that on her binder. Very cool. Makes me want to find something similar for me, maybe for my LOONA collection. I should say, just even though I don't think I really said it before, I did say we have new collections. Obviously, you're getting lots of key. If you're a Shawol, like you're getting everything you could want from this video. But for the Reveloves, the Orbits, the Onces, this is a little bit lighter on those members. We have this Momo. There's some Solgis coming, but it's mostly my new people this time. Just FYI. But speaking of Onces, here is the other Momo Misamo card. Very cool. I think, so this is from the normal version. There were 4 versions. There's the normal version, a limited version, a Once Japan version, and a member solo jacket version. The normal versions like this and this other one are definitely the easier ones to lay your hands on. And that will probably be the set I finish first. I do have one of the limited cards just because that's what I pulled, thankfully. But the rest, like I said, this is going to be a tough collection to work on. It's just so many cards. They are just not that available. And certainly it's something I always have to buy from Japan, because in the West, like, those cards are going to be so much more expensive and so much more rare. They're at least somewhat plentiful, relatively speaking, on Mercari Japan, but it's still rough. Okay, and now we have another Yujin card. This is one of the few solo purchases because I really wanted to finish Afterlight. This is her jewel case card. That one I know for sure. So there she is, very pretty. Why not? Right there. Sorry, Key. Of course, I started both of these collections just in time for each group to release a new album, so now I've got new templates to start working on. But to be honest, like, a lot of these were so cheap, especially in sets, that it's probably going to be to my benefit just to wait until the next time we do one of these big Mercari shopping sprees and get a bunch of those there. I'm still missing a few. I think I'm missing more era cards for NingNing. Yeah, I think once we have the next haul, I should be pretty well caught up on both of the new girls. The one thing that I do have to still do on, like, Instagram are the US exclusive cards for Aespa, because obviously those are not sold in Japan, and the few that are out there are very expensive. But I'm not too worried. I think the only one that gives me a little concern is the Walmart one, but I think if I focus on it, I'll be able to get it eventually. Okay, and now, we've got the one and only Sola card. I kind of have said this collection is somewhat in limbo. I mean, this has to do with WJSN the Black, which is something I am actively collecting. And this is, yes, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure because it's hollow, this is Make Star. So I don't really collect pre-order cards for Sola, especially because I don't have a lot of other stuff, but I am going to get all of the black cards for Sola and all the other members, all the units, and I already have one pre-order card, and I just love Make Star Hollow, so it was pretty inexpensive, so I got it. But in general, Sola's kind of in a weird spot as far as my collections go. I just don't really know. I don't really know what that group is doing, if they're ever going to have a comeback, and so I'm uninspired, especially because I'm pretty new in that collection. I'm not like far along with it at all. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, and now we've got one of the Sulky cards. This one I actually need my little X-Acto knife for. So I had originally put off getting this and one other card just for like layout purposes in my binder. So for both Queendom and Feel My Rhythm, I only grabbed 2 cards. But I've mentioned before, I just love Solgi with the orange hair. And so it was hard to put that off forever because I was always going to kind of want it. And I've also joined to go to get the, ooh, I'm getting like quite a glare over here. There we go. That's at least a little better. I joined to go for the other card I'm missing, which is a Feel My Rhythm. So I'll have to do a little reorganizing in my binder, but nothing too bad. So what this means is I'm really close to like, I'm never going to fully collect Solgi's album cards just because there's a couple that are either too hard or I just don't like them. But I think there's 2 album cards left before their new comeback comes out that I want to get. So I'm very, very close. All right, let's see. What is this? It's blue. It is, it's a key. But what kind of key? It's a hard card. So we've got another key hard pre-order benefit of some sort. I don't know from where. There are just so many. And then we have a non-key card, but still a shiny card. This is Onu's Married to the Music card. This is such a cool set. I think she's got this because she's going to try to finish this. Oops. Which I think means that she's probably only missing the Minho because her rule is to basically have the Temin and the Zhang before she tries to get a full member set. It's kind of like me with Irene. Like Irene's just so hard and so expensive that until I have the Irene, I can't start a collection. So very cool. Very, very cool. A few more photo cards left. Let's see here. I think this is another key card. This is, yes, some sort of merch card. And I can tell from the back, this is clearly from their Shiny World. Well, I think it's a fan meet. Pretty sure Shiny World was like a fan meet thing. But it's from the era she likes so much, the Story of Light. At least I'm pretty sure it's Story of Light. Once again, I am not the expert of the Shiny World, so if I'm like really wrong, I'll probably put something on screen. If I'm just sort of incorrect, you know, please just forgive me. Okay, and then what do we have here? We have more NingNing cards. Quite a few, it looks like. Maybe 3? Yeah, we got 3 cards. Looks like, oh yeah, and they are all My World cards. So let's see. Do I remember what these all are? I think this is the tabloid version. And then, as I said, there's like the 2 photo shoots that are very similar. So this is either, I want to say intro or the Welcome to My World version. It's got a yellow back, which the spicy version had a yellow back. Does this have a yellow back? No, this is a purple back. So what would that make this? Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we've got another NingNing. That's what really matters. And then we have a third. Like I said, if you want to collect a member from Ive that's not Wanyang and Aespa that's not either Karina and Winter, Mercari Japan is not a bad place to go. There's a lot of very inexpensive stuff on there. especially now. If you're like, you know, I'm not a huge proponent of starting new collections when groups are like many years in, but at least for these two, it was not bad at all. It's kind of like twice levels of inexpensive, and twice cards on Mercari are like they're super cheap, you know, Misamo notwithstanding. Okay, and we have more Yujin cards. We have, is it 2 and like some merch thing? I don't know what that is. Like a freebie they gave me. Probably from like Starship Shop or something. Looks like it might be like a sticker. But there it is, very pretty. And then it looks like we have, ooh, no, this is the big set. This is not 2 cards. This is like 4. So we got this card, which is from 11. And then we have this, which is from Love Die. Ooh, it doesn't, my camera does not want to focus on that. Pink text on a blue background, not the best. There we go. And then we have a similar one from Love Dive. And a 4th, which I believe is from Afterlight. Yes. Cool. Okay, a couple more photocard sized things. We have whatever is in here. It is, I think, the last 2 Solgi things. Like I said, there's not a lot for my usual people. There's no Kimlip, but Kimlip's not easy in Japan. It's just how it goes. Neither is, WJSN was not very popular in Japan, clearly. But both of these cards for Solgi are from her poster book. Something I really did consider buying once upon a time, but I just decided that, I don't know, I just decided that I didn't want it, but I always did kind of want these cards, and I found this as a set for a very good price. So, very happy to get these. As I said, I'm pretty close to done with the album cards, so we're kind of in our non-album era for Solgi. Our non-album and big item era. So no big, well, actually I shouldn't say that. There is a big, I was going to say no big items in this one, but that's not true. I do have a big item coming. But moving forward, it's going to be a lot of like merch and larger item type stuff going in my binders. Which does sort of suck because big stuff takes up a lot of space. All right, and this is our last new girl. Well, I guess that's not even true because I said there is one more thing, but this is our last Yujin. And no more NingNing either. But this is the double-sided card from their special version of their album. I did get my own copy of that, but I pulled Ray, and Ray had such pretty pink hair that I couldn't let it go. So I decided to see if I could find the Yujin, and it was not that bad. I honestly thought it might be a little tricky just because it was a very specific version, but it wasn't too bad. Not as cheap as some of the other cards, but not unreasonable. Kind of like SM prices, if you know how much SM people tend to go for. And then we got a couple more things for my wife. I'm not going to take these out of the packaging, but she got these little like 2 photo film strips. I have a couple of these myself for Solgi, and I know she was wanting the original Keyland ones, so she managed to find them in a set. So that was very nice for her. And then something that was so big I kept it in its little green envelope. They gave me something which was not something I asked for, but that's all right. I'll put it in my larger, like, bigger item box. So I'll start with that. So this is some sort of A4 from the 28 Reasons era. I don't know how you got this, if this was like merch or if it came with an album. I bought all the albums, but I'll be honest, I don't remember. And the album it would have come with, I sold. So that's probably what this is. This probably is the A4 size thing that came with the larger photo book album. So now I have one, I guess. I don't know. The real thing I was trying to order was this little package. This is the AR ticket set from their 7th anniversary fan meet interview. And this should have everything in it. I really only wanted, like, I don't think there's that many things in it, but there's like 3 things that are in it that I really wanted. So we've got like the AR stuff. We get a postcard with her beautiful orange hair. And we get an actual like AR ticket. Very cool. What else is in here? We get, I guess this is the thing the AR ticket came in, just a little card. And then there are both stickers and a photo card. So I care the least amount about the stickers, just because it's not like I'm going to use them. But I did really want the photo card, because again, orange hair. Very beautiful. And then looks like we get, what do we get? So we get this sticker, we get a light stick sticker, we get a logo sticker, and just a red velvet logo sticker. Very nice. All right, well that is it for the smaller things, even though we had this big thing, which is not small at all. But what we have left is, I think, 4 albums. So I'm gonna move all this stuff out of the way and then we can tackle the albums. And there are also some surprises in there, I will say. All right, well, like I said, we have a few albums here. So I'm just gonna start with the very first one on the stack, which is this Jongyun solo album. This is his bass album, the first mini album, which understandably is a little hard to lay your hands on, especially in such good condition, since it is white with a paper slipcover. My wife was telling me that it's very easy to see these things like really dirty and damaged, and it does appear that this is in pretty good condition. So this was something she's been looking for a long time, and finally found one that was actually worth getting. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit so we can do a quick little flip through. All of his albums are just so incredible. Since we don't have this one, we don't listen to it in the car that much. We're weird people who actually use the CDs in the albums. We play them in the car quite a bit. Oh, I like that photo a lot. Very cool. And then I'm guessing the CD is behind here. Yep. So here it is. Yeah. So it goes like so. Bass. Very nice. I know she's quite happy to have this. The next album we have is mine. This was one of 2 albums I was working on getting. Because I don't collect XID, but I am quite a fan of their music. And gosh, probably like a year ago, let me grab it, I managed to get their Eclipse CD, which when you pull out, you can see kind of goes with this one. I think the title on this album is it Night Rather Than Day? It's gotta be. Yeah, Night rather than day. I can read just enough Hangul to know that. So I got this. I really liked this, but I really wanted to get the pseudo companion, which I believe the title, the title song on this is Do Do Do. Yeah, Do Do Do, DDD, however you want to pronounce it. I don't really know how you're supposed to say it because I don't really speak Korean, but oh man, the ombre on this is beautiful. So, and I believe this is just the album. I shouldn't be getting a photo card with it. Not that, like I said, I don't collect XID outside of albums, so I don't really need it. And I'm struggling to get out that CD, so I'm just going to leave it. There is the CD plate. So I'll just do a quick little flip through of this beautiful album. I'm glad they're not 100% disbanded, because we got the 10th anniversary song late last year, I want to say, but it's sad that they're not very active. I'm kind of guessing we won't get another song from them until maybe 15 years. It's sort of similar to Girls' Gen, where they did their like 15-year anniversary song, and I'm not really expecting anything from them until their 20th, if they do anything at all. I feel like they might, but that also might be like the last time ever. They're all just doing their own thing. Oh, this is such a great photo book. They were just a really talented bunch of women. Like, great vocalists, great rappers, great dancers. Like, maybe they weren't, you know, individually they weren't as the current K-pop fandom likes to say, they weren't all like all-rounders, but they were all really good. And that's why I just wish we got more music from them. Right as I was getting into them, they put out their final song on their original label, and then went dark for 3 years. So I just feel like I didn't get to really appreciate comebacks with them. Which is too bad. It's tough when you get into an older group right as they're finishing their career. Honestly, that might be one of like my favorite photo books of all the albums I have. It's just, I don't know, the photography in it's really good. So yeah, so that is XID's Full Moon album. I don't think I will, at least at this point, I probably won't be getting any more XID. I could in the future, I don't know. I just really like the idea of having this like moon themed set. You know, I like LOONA, so I like moon stuff. So now that I have both Eclipse and Full Moon, I feel very satisfied. But we'll see. Maybe I'll decide to get more stuff in the future, but probably just albums. All right, so we had one for my wife, one for me. Now we're going to have another one for my wife. She got all those Shotaro cards and also managed to find an album set that was like fully Shotaro. I don't know what all inclusions were in this that were like member themed, but I'm pretty sure what she got was like his full inclusion set. So I'm just gonna find those real quick. Oh, so we have this, which must be the album card, the Korean orange album card, and then this looks like a Mumo pre-order benefit. I recognize the AMMU as being a telltale sign of a Mumo card. And I know she won't mind if I open this. So there he is. Just put that in the stack. And then what else do we got in here? We've got a poster, mini poster. That is, yep, it's Shotaro themed. Cool. And is there any other inclusions? Doesn't look like it. You know, if I'm not that familiar with shiny stuff, I am absolutely not at all familiar with RIIZE stuff. Maybe eventually, as they continue on their career, I'll become more familiar, but not so much so far. I only really know the two members who were in NCT, because they were in NCT. He seems very cool. I have to say, I did read a little about his history, and I know he was a backup dancer for one of the big Japanese acts before he joined SM. So you gotta figure he's must be a pretty talented dancer. Oh, and we've got like a little photograph back here that's attached. Interesting. And our CD plate. RIIZE. I do like their colors. I know there's no official color, but it seems pretty obvious it's going to be some combination of orange. Maybe orange and black, maybe orange and red. I'm a big fan of orange, so I won't object. And so far, I've been liking their music. They just released their like third song in the last couple days from when I'm recording this. And yeah, I think so far all their songs have been pretty good. So I'm excited for the future of this new SM boy group. And I'm sure I'll be seeing lots more of them in the future since my wife is collecting one of them. All right, and finally we have my last album. And this is the thing I wasn't trying to tease it, but this is the thing I kept teasing throughout this video as I've been unboxing various things, and I'm having trouble figuring out how to open this. Wow, that was really complicated packaging. So, all that being said, the last album we have is S, their Levolution Unit album. I have been kind of casually following them just because it's kind of an interesting project. It's a little similar to LOONA, which I guess shouldn't be surprising since the guy running the company they're on helped form LOONA, and now the ARTMS girls are there, so it shouldn't be surprising that they're a little similar. But I hadn't like really fallen in love with any of their songs. Like I did really like Generation from AAA and the Assemble song from their like full group release, but this one just really took me by surprise. I really liked it. I listened to the album. I loved the whole album. And I do sort of have a bias, and I happened to find not only an album, but an album that had like the full member set. So that is what we got here. You can't already tell, it is Dahyun from S Levolution. And I think she's in the Assemble unit as well. Well, it's not really a unit, it's the full group, but that release. So let me get all this inclusion stuff out of the way, and I'll just do a quick look at the book. But yeah, this was just a really good album. I mean, that title track, just like, I'm still listening to it on a regular basis. It just gets stuck in my head. And the visuals in the music video are just, I don't know, really, they're really unique and captivating. I don't know, I'm bad at describing this stuff, but I just think it was a really well executed song and video concept. I think they all sound great together. I definitely am not a wave. I still don't know all of their names. I know a couple of their names, but definitely not all of Triple S, and certainly not everyone in this unit. But I will definitely be paying attention in the future. They've got my attention. And I'm interested to see what this project looks like as it goes along. It's very interesting, very ambitious. Maybe a little too ambitious, but that's just how that guy rolls. Girls Capitalism. I think my favorite like B-side is this, well, it's Triple S, Sol Sonyo Sound, but I don't think there's a song on here that I dislike. It's a very solid album. So, like I said, I'm excited to see what this group does in the future. And as I said, this is like a full set for that member. So start off, we have our Lovolution CD plate. We have some sort of like clear postcard thing with all the members. Instructions on how to use their like NFT app. We have, oh god, we have a big poster. Looks like it matches the cover, so I'm not gonna unfold the whole thing. It matches the cover. We have Dahyun money, apparently, like some sort of, is this like a sticker maybe? Kind of feels like it might be a sticker, but some I guess that's girls capitalism for you. Some Dahyun money. We have like a Dahyun postcard. I guess she's ISFP. Lovolution. We have other stickers, which I think might also be Dahyun themed. Yeah, looks like they must have had member stickers too. And then, of course, we have our photo card, which is Dahyun. And I won't show the back just because NFT stuff, whatever. So we have one of her photo cards. I just love all the Mod House stuff does the like holographic strip. I said earlier that's like I'm starting like 2-ish. I'm not really considering this like something I'm starting, but I will say I do have there are 2 cards per member, and I did buy the partner of this off of a friend of mine, so you know, I will have the full Lovolution set, but this is not something I'm planning to necessarily continue moving forward. But yes, that is it for all of the albums and all of the other things. So why don't I just throw some of this stuff back on here. So we got our albums. And we got a big old stack of photo cards. So, all right, that is it. That is today's video. I hope you all really enjoyed it. I guess you know what this means. There will be photo card storing in the not too distant future. My wife and I certainly have enough cards to justify it. After one of these is always a good time to film one of those. So if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more in the future, you can always subscribe to the channel. And if you're already a regular, you can definitely leave me a comment and let me know if you're excited to see some new collections on this channel. Anyway, Thanks again for watching, and until next time, so long!